Hey guys, it's day number 12. We got our flowing mobility workout again. So we do all one side of the body and then switch and do the other side of the body. If you need it, if you're a little bit tight, make sure you've got some blocks handy. We're gonna be in the 90-90 position and doing some kneeling sprinters. We're gonna kick things off with hip openers. We're working in the 90-90 position to start. So let's start on the bum, knees and hips both bent to 90. Use the hands behind you to keep you upright. Keep your chest facing forward, and let's swivel. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna be working from the 90-90 position. So let's take both legs out to the left to form 90 degrees, 90 degrees, and 90 degrees. We're gonna be in this position for the 4. If you have trouble sitting upright here, bum block goes into the bum, and we're gonna do that glute stretch, dynamic glute stretch. So stay low and stretch side to side. If you've been using a block for this, an excellent goal is to be able to do this flat on the ground. That's a great starting point. All right, so let's take the arms out to the left-hand side, and we're gonna drop the elbow on the floor to form a straight line between the leg and the torso, and we're gonna draw some big circles with the right arm, opening up the right side of the body. So let's go ahead, we're gonna take big circles, arm overhead, feel the whole side of the body open up. And nice big stretching. Have the eyes follow the hand. We're just doing the circles in one direction, like a backstroke. All right, so here's where the fun begins. Have a seat in that 90-90 position. We're simply just gonna lift this right leg straight up and down off the ground. Turn the torso to face the left and try not to tip to the side. So we wanna stay nice and upright and lift that back leg. So however much you tip on the first one, try not to tip any more than that. In a perfect world, we're able to do these with the hands fully off the floor, and we're just lifting the leg straight up and down with no tipping. They're very challenging. It is very normal to cramp. And if you haven't cramped after this one, well, the next one will do it. Here we go. Almost there, straight up and down, hold it, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna stay in this 90-90 position. This time turn the body to the right a little bit, facing between the thighs. And this leg is gonna rotate back as high as you can and hold, and back down. So let's get it, open, hold it back, feel the glute muscle working, hold it, and down. Stay as upright as you can with the torso, so try to have only the leg move. It's our last one for this side, and then we're gonna switch sides. Open. All right, and we're gonna return to center for some hip openers before we go off to the other side and do that all over again on the other side. So have a seat, and we're swiveling the hips side to side. Here we go. Let's get it. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go off to the right-hand side. So we're gonna take a 90-90 position, grab your block if you need it, and we're doing those 90-90 sweeps. So long and forward, stretching the right leg, So here we go, nice and long, and we're gonna go side to side here. So the block just changes the angle of the hip. It just kind of gives you some free flexibility and allows you to do the movement properly without falling over. And then as you get more flexible, eventually that block goes away. Find the tight spots and loosen them up. And let's walk the arms out to the right hand side. I'm gonna place the right elbow on the floor. We've got those big circles with the left arm. So all the way up and over like you're doing a backstroke, and stretch the whole side of the body. So let's go ahead and again have the eyes follow the hand. All right, here's where the fun begins. So we're gonna sit in that 90-90 position. Let's turn the body to the right-hand side. And we're gonna be lifting this left leg straight up off the ground. So both the foot and the knee are coming up. Try not to lean. And like I said, in a perfect world, we're lifting without the hands on the floor, but feel free to use the hands if you need it. Here we go. Very normal to cramp here. If you do, just pop out of it and jump back in. This is a really tough movement. Very poor leverage for the hips, so it makes it really challenging to lift the leg at all in this movement. Really good at strengthening the hip internal rotators. All right, so staying in this 90-90, let's turn the chest to face between the thighs. And now we're gonna rotate this left leg externally. So lifting the knee, keep the heel on the floor. Let's get ready. And sitting as upright as you can. Open and close. Stay nice and upright and really feel that left glute work to pull the knee into position. Keeping the chest high. All right, so round one is done. So next up, we're gonna be starting from a hands and knees position. We'll be doing cat-cow, some bird dogs, some pike twists, those are tough. And then a nice little lat stretch. So we've got a little bit of a strength segment here for the upper body. So we're working on a bit of kind of core, shoulder strength, wrist strength. And then we move into our quad and kneeling positions to finish. So let's go ahead and get ready. We're gonna be hands and knees. From here, we're doing cat and cow, so we're rounding the back, suck the stomach in, exhale and look down. And then we'll go the opposite direction. Breathe in, arch the back and look up. Trying to bend the spine as much as we can. Here we go. All right, so let's step the left leg back to be directly behind the right, and you can rotate the foot out, and we're doing backstroke with the left arm. So similar to that 90-90 position, we're doing nice big circles with the arm. Let's go ahead and begin. Big circles, open. And you have the eyes follow the hand here as you go around. And feel the whole side of the body stretch. But we're also getting a little bit of strengthening in this right arm. Try to stay nice and tall in the armpit as we go around. 10 more seconds. All right, so let's return to hands and knees. We're gonna do bird dogs. So from here, the left arm and right leg are gonna raise. So try not to tip the body to the left, and we're gonna extend the left arm and right leg far, and then bring the elbow and knee together. So let's extend and reach, and bring the elbow and knee together, and try not to rotate the body and lean to the left. Extend, so reach long. Don't worry about lifting high. We want to lift long, so push the arm and foot away from one another. You're going to start to feel the right arm working here to hold you stable. We're almost there. This is amazing for people who have lower back pain. All right, and then the last one. So we're going to tuck the toes in this hands and knees position and lift the bum up into our pike position. And we're just gonna alternate, take the left arm and reach to the outside of the right leg and twist to face the chest to the right, and then come back to a push-up for a rest. Pike, left arm to right leg and rotate, and back to a push-up to rest. Really push with the right arm so you feel a bit of a stretch through that right side of the body. And twist yourself. Use your arm for leverage to twist. You'll feel a little bit of a low back stretch. All right, and then bring the knees back down to the floor. We'll sit the bum back into a child's pose and walk the arms out to the right hand side. Place the right hand on top of the left and sink down for a lat stretch. We're just gonna feel the whole right side of the body stretching. Okay, we go back to the beginning. We've got the cat and cow. So let's go ahead and begin from the hands and knees, rounding the back, exhaling, inhaling and arching the back. Let's go ahead and get ready. Here we go. Round, exhale, inhale, and arch. Round and exhale, inhale and arch. All right, so let's step the right leg behind the left and we can rotate the foot. And then from here, we're gonna take the right arm overhead, big circles, and for this one, have the eyes follow the hand as you go around. So backstroke here, reach and circle. Let's continue on here. Feel the whole side of the body stretching here. All right, so we've got those bird dogs. Let's come on down to hands and knees, and we're gonna keep the left hand and right knee on the floor. We're gonna lift the left leg and right arm at the same time and reach, extend long. So here we go, extend long, and then bring the elbow and knee together. And then we extend long, elbow and knee together. Try not to tip to the right hand side, stay as stable as you can. All right, so come down to the hands and knees. We're gonna tuck the toes and send the hips back into that pike stretch. And now we're taking the right arm to the outside of the left leg and twist. And return to a push-up for a rest. So up we go, right arm to left leg and rotate. And then return for the push-up for the rest. Go rotate. And then rest. Almost done, guys. Feel whole body twisting. Left arm might be getting tired, but don't worry, we're stretching it in a moment. All right, bring the knees back down to the floor. We're gonna sit the hips back down into a child's pose. Arms out in front. We're gonna walk the arms to the right-hand side. Take the left hand on top of the right and settle down into the stretch. Feel the whole left side of the body stretching. All right, guys, we got our final one. We're gonna be going from a kneeling position. We've got some sprinter stretch, hamstring curls. It's a fun little circuit here, all from one position. Have your blocks handy just in case flexibility is a little bit lacking on the hamstrings, because you might need them. So, we're gonna start in a push-up position and bring the right leg beside the right hand. It's okay if you can't do it in one go. You can bring the knee down and shimmy, but let's get that right hand by the right foot, or right foot by the right hand, excuse me. And then from here, we're going back into a sprinter stretch. So stretching the hamstring. If you have some missing hamstring flexibility, use the blocks for support. And then we're gonna shift the hips forward and stretch up. So we're stretching the hip flexor, hamstring. Hip flexor, hamstring. Ideally, we're doing it with the hands on the floor. Okay, so let's come forward into this kneeling position. Let's have the hands on the floor. So we're gonna try and keep everything in the body still except for this back leg. We're gonna curl the heel into the bum and push the hip down. So here we go, let's lift, curl the heel to the bum, push the hip down, and back we go. It's very normal in this one to feel a cramp in the hamstring if you're not used to it, but we wanna pull the heel to the bum as hard as you can and push the hip down toward the floor. So we're working the hamstring in its shortest range of motion while stretching this hip flexor. It's an awesome way to improve your knee range of motion. And that's time. Okay, so we're gonna stay in this position. Let's keep the left hand on the floor and reach back with the right to grab your left foot. If you can't reach, you can use your block to help you get there. And from here, we're gonna pull the heel to the bum and twist to the right. Okay, and then come out of it. Pull the heel to the bum and twist right. Alrighty, so you'll feel that hip flexor and quad stretch as you rotate. So pull the heel to the bum and rotate. Look to the right. Okay, so from this position, let's sit all the way back so that the left knee is bent and the right leg is straight. We're gonna do our narrow hurdler position and make sure the shin is straight. From here, we're just lifting this left knee up off the ground to stretch the shin for reps. If you can't sit in this position, use your block like so you feel that stretch in the front shin. You might feel the quad too, that's fine. I'm just lifting, stretching out this shin. So we're getting a little bit of hip flexor strengthening and a little bit of shin stretch. Right after this, we're gonna go right on back into a half hero stretch for that left quad. So I'm gonna shimmy forward, but from here, we're just gonna sit back and lie into a half hero. Again, if you can't sit in this position, use the block under the bum. And here we go. So lie on back into that half hero pose. Try to keep the shin on the floor. Get yourself as low as you can. In a perfect world, we're able to lay flat with the shin down. But if you're up here, that's totally fine as well. We're looking for a stretch in that left thigh. All right, we could do it all over again on the other side. So let's start in that push-up position. We're gonna bring the left hand, or left foot beside the left hand, and then drop the back knee. And we've got the kneeling sprinter stretch. If you have troubles with the flexibility, that's what blocks are for. So here we go. Stretch the hamstring and then shift forward, bring the hip down to the floor and stretch that right hip. Just going back and forth here. All right, so from here, we've got those hamstring curls. So try to fix your body in one position. The knee is gonna be on the floor. And then from here, kick the heel to the bum and push the hip down. So we're not moving the body, just the leg is moving. So here we go, curl, bring the heel to the bum. If it's uncomfortable on the knee, forgot to mention on the last leg, if it's uncomfortable, you can fold a blanket or fold up your mat and put that under your knee if the pressure is uncomfortable. Or a pillow is fine too. Anything to give you some cushion for this. The hamstring come close to cramping and the hip flexor and thigh muscle is stretching. All right, so staying in this position, we're gonna bring the right hand down, take the left hand back to grab the right foot, and then we're gonna pull the heel to the bum and turn the body. If you have troubles reaching, use your block for support like so. Here we go. Feeling that thigh stretch. And as you rotate, and pushing the hip down toward the floor. All right, so let's sit back into our narrow hurdler. If you can't get your bum to the floor on this one with the leg bent, block goes under the butt. And then we're lifting this right knee to stretch the right shin. So let's go for it here. Lift, feeling that front of the shin stretch. Keep as much of the foot flat to the floor as you can. And lean a little bit forward if you're able to. We're just trying to get the most stretch of that shin. And we finish off with that half hero pose. And then it's in the books. And then let's go ahead and from this position, just lay on back, stretching that right quad into the half hero pose. If you feel any discomfort or pain in our hero or half hero, let's go ahead and get into it. If you feel discomfort or pain in the hero or half hero in the lower back, think about tucking your tail between your legs. So squeeze the bum muscles and try to get the back to go from this arched position into a rounded position. That should make it go away. And if not, just use a block under the bum. That can make it easier, or come off the stretch until you get more flexible. You're feeling it all through this right thigh. We're almost done. And that's it. Amazing work today, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow.